Hello and welcome, my name is TheSloth Gamer, thank you very much for joining me. It's been a while since I posted anything on my YouTube channel, guys, and I'd like to apologise for that. Unfortunately, I've been really busy in real life recently and just hectic things. It's still only a really tiny YouTube channel, so I'm be posting in drips and drabs, particularly while it's still the size that it is, just when I get the free time to do so. So today we're going to be I'm introducing a new game to the channel. I'll be covering the multiplayer aspect of a game called Supreme Commander Forged Alliance, and the multiplayer software pack for this game is called Forged Alliance Forever. It's a very cheap game, it's a tremendously fun game to play. So I'm British, so the game itself costs me about, I think it cost me £10 back in a year ago. I think in the last Steam sale it was available for like £5, and it is an absolute bargain of a buy. Even at £10, it's fully worth it. And once you buy the original game, Supreme Commander Forged Alliance, the multiplayer aspect of the game is free to download, free to play. It's a community-driven entity, and the amount of fun is endless. I've spent so many hours playing this game, and it's something that I really enjoy spending my time doing, and that is kind of exemplified by the fact that I'm not actually very good at this game. I'm actually an average to below average kind of class of player. I literally play this game because I love playing the game. And one thing I thought I would do to try and get to know the community a bit better, and to perhaps eventually one day show these series to people that haven't played the game before and attract new members, that would be absolutely fantastic. Because it's so good. It is so good. So we're going to start this today. The format is going to be kind of like the diary of an average Joe's Forged Alliance Forever player. These videos will include games that I'm playing in as I'm playing them. My commentary might not be the best as we start out, because one thing I've noticed in the first few episodes that I've practiced recording is that it's so hard to play the game and talk about what you're doing at the same time. Honestly, I never thought it would be so tricky. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I get better as we go, and hopefully you enjoy the content. So yeah, without further ado, we'll crack on. Cheers guys, let's get started. Hello and welcome to the launch of our game. We are playing Paradise Bay, which is a 3v3 map. I am playing the Navy spot, and we're going to open with First Land. And we're going to go 4 mexes, walk up here, start spamming engineers. So on this map, Navy is usually king. The game is usually decided at the stage of T2 Navy. That ping's been thrown out there because there's a bunch of rocks in the middle. And Medicraze, our mid player, who is sporting Aeon in white. I am, of course, sporting the Master Race Cybran in burgundy red, and our top player is some Russian in pink called Nata. Sorry if I butchered the Russian pronunciation, as most non-Russian speaking people do butcher Russian pronunciation. Okay, we're going the Hydro. We're going to queue up a couple of build orders for the remaining mexes after this Hydra is up. Our commander is going to go straight into the water after the mex is up. The Hydra is up, apologies. And we're going to come down here, reclaim rocks, radar, OC, or energy storage for OC. And then just going to get the remaining engineers to reclaim trees as they come out of the factory on patrol. And we're going to start an upgrade, which is pretty quick. Now this engineer, we need to start getting some extra T1 power up, otherwise we're not going to be able to handle too much income. Building navy factories is expensive. So while these T1 power up, we're trying to get some extra tree reclaiming to compensate for our power loss. Obviously, I'm only 1,000 ranked, guys, so it's not like you're going to be watching one of the best FAF players has ever lived. You're just watching someone. You're watching an average Joe who has the love of the game. Medicraze trying to encourage our front player with more instructions. These two engineers have finished. Actually, they can assist the navy. So we're going to try and get on this island. We're going to stick a land factory up straight away. And we're going to start a second max upgrade. Change the patrol exit of the factory. Overcharge is almost up, although we're not exactly going to be charging up for an OC anytime soon. So we need an engineer out first, and then we're going to go a bunch of mantis, some anti-air, a couple of them, what are they called again? T1 artillery, Medusa, that's the one. That's the baby. If Pink steals this max, oh my god. Are you fucking, no, not happening. Haha, my max. What's he doing? You're the front player. Be front. Little bastard. Okay, they've reclaimed all the trees around there. We're going to stick them straight to the factory. And then the new engineers are going to go there and go there like so. We have one max completed. Okay, this guy is going to build that. We need radar. Looks like this pink engineer is just reclaiming rocks up here, so I'm not too disappointed with that. Let's start another max upgrade. My mirror hasn't gone navy yet, which, wow, and my mirror went first air. Okay, we're gonna stop making T1 and just try and rush a T2 factory. Medicraze is pinging me to move my subs forward because they haven't started making navy yet, which is a good thing. I agree with that assessment. So I shall do it. Okay, they do have air. Crap. Okay, Medicraze is dropping engineers here, which means he's going to want the last half of these maxes. So I'm going to give him this max. So we've got half the island each. and we're gonna just manually reclaim a load of trees here. Probably gonna end up having to go. Come back! Don't die! Don't die! No! Okay, so I'm 2v1 at Navy, and I'm just asking Medicraze, why the fuck has he done that? Why is he doing this to me? Okay, so we got most of the trees. Just reclaim the last few patches and send the excess to assist the naval yard. I also need to go T2 on the land factory. And I also need to start capping these mexes. And they are sending frigates around. Completely fucking up my mouse clicks. I really need this destroyer to finish. Destroyer, finish! So, our front player has got completely wrecked. Which is fantastic. I have to go. We're going to try and go torpedo. And I should have an engineer. No, I don't. Well, let's make some. So red is both his factories are still T1. It looks like light blue will have a T2. Yeah, he does. Cybran T2 as well. So he's frantically trying to pump out that first destroyer. I need to get some T2 power up. I'm currently not in a good state because I'm spending all of my resources. This isn't good. So this game isn't looking good right now. Really kind of need T2 power. I'm living off overflow at the moment, I think. This torpedo upgrade has been so slow. Alright, we're going to try and take out his build power. His comms under there doing an upgrade as well. So basically we're just trying to... We're prepared to sacrifice all of our frigates to kill this HQ. Red also has a HQ as well now. Okay, we got the HQ. Let's go for Red's HQ. And Nature is pinging iznogoud's com. I've got nothing for it. Oh, I've got a destroyer. Holy shit, that's a lot of T2. Okay, can we afford to do... Yes, we can do it. I need to move my comm. Get in the water, little guy. He's gone both HQs. And he's currently... Red's currently reclaiming my... That's glorious. So we're going to try and go just kill Ingus here. And now we're going to move my comment. I've got no idea how we won this. We won this because I'm awesome! Yeah. So we're going Commando Com. We've got everything we can shooting ShadowRazor's Com, shooting it. He's half health, he's dropping. What's being pinged? Orange's base is being pinged. Not sure why. I've got red. Red's gonna die. That's good. I'm gonna start walking my comm because I'm gonna start reclaiming this this old base and get some T1 factories up, and then hopefully we can spam SWEDGE's base from the back if SWEDGE just doesn't K right now. And we've also got Salem, so we're going to walk these bad boys onto land. So I'd say it's safe to say that we've won the game. Just got to kill the last dude. And we're just reclaiming ShadowRazor's old base. Thank you for the T2 salvage, P-Jan. We may as well start a T3 upgrade on our land factory. And our Salems are just doing a lovely job of edging in, mopping up. There's his comm. SWEDGE's Cade. Excellent. GG dudes. I don't know who overflowed that, but I survived quite heavily on someone's overflow. Yeah, it must have been Medicraze. He was my only teammate for most of the game. So yeah, we did good. We did good. I finished top scorer, but I'm assuming that's because I've got 2 kills. And I've got 2 kills. How did mass look? Actually, let's do this by chart. So where am I? TheSloth. I didn't finish first on anything. Disappointing. Disappointing, but not necessarily surprised. Medicraze finished highest most of that there. I was definitely surviving off Medicraze's overflow until I got T2 power up. So thank you, Medicraze. Stellar job. He did air, co-navy and front for most of that game. Fantastic job. I'm going to award Medicraze the player of the match as a result of that. I took all the glory with the 2 kills, but that was really born from Medicraze's support. So, excellent! Hello and welcome to the next FAF lobby. We're going to be playing Gap of Roham Fixed Pathfinding version 4. I'm currently placed on Team 2 in the air slot, playing as Aeon. Working down my team in the upper mid position is Draconite, who is playing Master Cybran race. The host, Joce, is playing UEF Red in lower mid position. And then our bottom air player is the Riddler 117, also playing Master Cybran race, lighter shade of blue. Ranking for the team is 1000, 900, 700, 700 respectively. And then over on Team 1, starting at the bottom air position, we have Aeon Lordy playing Aeon. In the lower mid position was an orange dude also playing Aeon, I think, but the game is launching. That'll do for introduction, surely. My mirror for this game in the top air slot was an 1100 who is playing in white. I think his name was Kodak or something. Who is the highest rated player on the game. Cord 50 is my mirror playing Master Cybran. So he and I are allegedly the top 2 rated players in this match. So we'll see how it goes. Let's get our starting stuff queued up. I've not placed my starting factory very well. It needs to be a little bit more across, but hey ho, we shall have to make do. Oh no, I never changed my colour. I have to play as this ugly old man grey. Never mind. Never mind, I guess I am a bit of an old man myself, so... Oh, I didn't fuck up my initial factory location. It's perfect. I've completely screwed up though, because I went ahead and started. Oh, that's such a dumb. So we've had about 5 to 10 seconds of power stall there because this engineer started this max point, which shouldn't have happened until after the hydro is completed, but I forgot to pause it because I'm a tard. So yeah, that's the thing. So we've got our initial start build going, so we're going to spam engineers up here and get some tree reclaim going as well. We need to get a scout out ASAP. One of the sneakier things that you can do on this map. Excuse me. Oh, as I was saying, one of the sneakier things you can do on this map is spam T1 land across the mountain. So we send a scout out straight away just to see if our opponent is going to try and do that, and then we can counter appropriately. We have an engineer going to that location. That's usually indicative of someone who wants to build a wall across to stop the aforementioned tactic. Alright, and okay. So they've gone 3 comms to the mid. Oh no, I'm confused. That air player went to mid. Not sure. Not sure why. I mean, it happens sometimes. I mean, it can be a good thing to do. You can overrun an ACU and get an early kill. Where did my interceptors go? Oh, for Christ's sakes. This is a pretty messy start. I'm not doing very well. Okay, my mirror has got a land factory there, so he could be spamming units across the mountain. So I have started building a T1 land factory. I've also got some bombers, just to try and do something. Right, so my commander has finished the queue of T1 power generation, so we're going to start our T2 upgrade of this factory, queue up some T2 engineers. So my has built a wall across the ridge where the units would cross, so he doesn't appear to be planning. some T2 engineers out, so we need to get some T2 power production going. Need to remember to keep upgrading these mexes as well. Now we're going to start producing swift winds out of this factory while we get our power generation up in preparation for our T3 upgrade. We are behind, quite steeply behind actually. Need to try and get through and see what our mirror is up to. Keep fucking up my clicks. It's the most annoying thing when you're trying to be efficient. I very much doubt this is going to kill him, but it might just move him back a little bit. Okay, we're overdue our T3 upgrade on our air factory, we have to get that going. So we were firmly beaten by our mirror. We quickly killed one of their mid players after I died. The problem was that I was too busy trying to counter all the air shit going on in mid. White's just sat back and managed to rush some Corsairs out. But to be honest, I could have and should have done much better that game. So this game doesn't look very good from this point because they're just going to spam. If I was them, I would just spam T2 air units now and overpower air. So what's Joce doing? Joce is currently doing fuck all. Our air player is at T3. He is at T3 air. He's nearly got his first T3 power generation up. All of his maxes are to 2, I think, or level 2. He hasn't got many of them capped. White's dropping engineers over on the north side, trying to grab a hold of this base, my former base. They may have some success at doing that. Joce is still spamming T1 units. I mean, he's got very little AA around him. He's UEF and he's got 1 fucking buzzkill. Draconite is doing a little, well, he's doing a whole lot better. He's got 2 T2 factories. Is he T3 land? No, he's still only T2 land. White's obviously dropped the top, as I said. He's got engineers laying down T1 land factories, being supported heavily by air. We've got gunships rolling in now. So it looks like Team 1 are doing what I would do if I was in their position. Having got the early air kill, spam air, overpower air. So White's probably going to get a foothold in this area now because his gunships look like they're going to do a pretty decent job of just mopping up. Blue has not produced nearly enough air units. Minute 19, and he is only just getting ASF production up, which is really slow. And considering that he actually didn't make any air units in the early game, really. I mean, he got the kill at mid, don't get me wrong, but he got the kill at mid because White was distracted elsewhere, killing me. So we've got some rhinos out from Draconite now, trying to move north and sort out this problem that they've got here. He's moved his rhinos at the back to take out the engineers, which is a good thing. That's a good move on his part. He's now stood behind the factory. The mantis is just coming out. Cord is clearly has his attention elsewhere right now because he isn't moving these mantis to intercept the rhino, and the rhinos are starting to wear down these T1 land production. Red has moved, Joyce has moved T1 land units up as well, so they've got this region a little bit more secure for now. For how much longer remains to be seen. Draconite could really use with getting some engineers out of this T2 land factory and get the reclaim, dude. You got a whole bunch of reclaim there, brother. You need to get it. Blue is doing quite well on ASF production now. He needs to be scouting a hell of a lot more. And I've only just realised at this point, but at minute 20, okay, at minute 20, I am still the only player, and I've been dead for about 5 minutes, I'm still the only player that has done any scouting. And I didn't do a lot of scouting, let's be honest. I was just concerned about my mirror. But Blue has done no scouting at all. I'm just going to let them know in team chat, you guys need to go and scout. You need to see what this stuff is over here. Because right now, Aeon Lordy has produced a hell of a lot of T2 air units. So his T3 air production must have been delayed. Must have been delayed. And they're not checking this. They're not checking to see. White's got T3 air. T3 scout. He's actually scouting. Okay, so Omni's just gone up. Who got the Omni? Yeah, Riddler got Omni. Good job. Minute 23, and I'm still the only player that's had an air unit on their side of the map. And I've been dead for 10. There we go. So Aeon Lordy's still producing those T2 gunships. He has got a T3 Air HQ. He's got no T3 power. White, on the other hand, has a lot of T3 power. Yeah, White's going to win this game for Team 1. Oh, and there was a spider that came in, assuming from Draconite, must have been Cybran. Yeah, it sends a monkey in at minute 24 with no air support, very little scouting, and yeah. And as Cord is just saying there, thanks for the mass dump, buddy. Which is very true. So really, poor team performance from Team 2, and I count myself at the forefront of that comment as well. Cord hasn't done any T3 max upgrades as of yet though, so I imagine he's only focusing on air production. I doubt there's anything else being cooked up in white space, such as a nuke or an arty. Aeon Lordy, on the other hand, has got his core maxes up to 3. I wonder if he's got any T3 energy generation going up yet. Yes, he has. There's one there. There's been a ping thrown up north in the dark. I assume there's a drop coming in of some sort. And joce is still spamming T1 units against Percivals and Titans. Don't think you're going to fare too well there, buddy. And Riddler, about 2 minutes after that ping, is scouting the pinged area, and as we can see, Cord has done a drop there. He's a very talkative, cocky individual, is this Cord. His ability clearly not living up to his mouth. Although at the moment he is winning, I guess. So they've seen it, and these units still stood here doing nothing. Okay, so Draconite, take it back. He's got Loyalists moving up from the centre to eradicate that base. The expansion in the north has been really slow. Me personally, I'd be throwing down T1 maxes, getting a reclaim, upgrading the maxes, and freeing up the time for these engineers to be doing other things. But what do I know? I'm dead! And the Loyalists are hitting this north fire base now. They should make very short work of it, taking out the engineers first. Shields down. Yeah. Not even bothering with the T1 PD, he's just taking out... Oh, now we're on the T1 PD. He's got the Loyalist sat there, shooting at his T1 PD, but hasn't realised yet that it's not hitting the T1. There we go. Moved them finally. And this is really where Draconite should be saying, hey dude, thanks for the drop and all the additional mass that you've dumped. And we have another spider up from Draconite. Looks like he's keeping it back on defensive duty. A very wise decision, given the clear deficit of air that Team 2 is still suffering. Draconite, let's take a look at his base. Core maxes up to 3, uncapped. Half of them are still uncapped. He's still got a T1 max over here, which, yeah, ain't good. Oh man, look at joce's base. He's still got half of his maxes at T1, and he's upgrading to T3. Oh, joce, that's painful to look at. Painful. And then if we come down south, Riddler, still only on the one T3 air factory. He is building a second one at minute 28. Still has uncapped maxes. Is upgrading slowly to T3 maxes. Currently on 2 T3 maxes that I can see. He does have an anti-nuke up. which is always a good precautionary measure. I haven't seen a nuke launcher on Team 1, although at the level of scouting that he's doing, I would probably just build an anti-nuke as well, because when you scout as infrequently as Team 2 has so far, it's very easy to be caught out by that. And Draconite is not doing any kind of more expansion up here. He should really be focusing on getting some eco up, and down here he should really be spamming. Okay, at the moment he's trying to get a anti-nuke up. That's a good precautionary measure as stated. One thing that Draconite could have done, and I probably would have done, is he should have got some TML by now, and at the very least he should be TMLing that spider wreck that yellow and white are currently sucking on. Okay, and the Riddler has a nuke launcher half built. I'm not sure I'd be building a nuke launcher if I had diddly squat in air, but who knows, it could yet surprise. Draconite has, instead of donating mass to his partner to get the nuke up, which is debatable, he started building his own megalith experimental. I think you could argue that one either way. I don't think a spider at minute 30 would be a strong enough defense. And oh, joce. Okay, so minute 30, joce still has 4 T1 maxes. He hasn't capped a single max. He's still producing T1 units, but feels the necessity to start a fat boy. I would love to see his eco stats right now. Terrible. Yeah, there we go. Oh, completely missed the Tsar. So Aeon Lordy sent a Tsar over, completely unscouted. And it's gone straight for the Riddler. It's killed the Riddler. Obviously it was going to work because there is absolutely nothing in terms of air. And I'm going to actually call this game here now, guys, because it's just too painful to watch. This is too painful to watch. Player of the game, player of the match. I think we have to award player of the match to Cord. You could argue awarding it to Aeon Lordy as well. Both of our air players have done a good job. Much better than myself and my air partner. This I just have to take this one on the chin and try and do better in the next game. Yeah, that's basically it. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please like, subscribe, leave comments. Try and be nice to me and to poor joce. He's only a 700. Alright guys, take care, have a great day.